Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, children. Yet another session. Now, in the previous class, I was teaching you about the latitudinal and longitudinal extent. I told you about the land boundary. I told you about the India's coastal area. Then I also just added a sentence stating that India is said to be a peninsular region where we have three sides water, that is Arabian Sea in the west, Bay of Bengal in the east, and Indian Ocean in the south, right? Now, we do have a great history, children, because no other country is having such a long coastal line as India is having. It is really a great boon to our country by God's grace. Now, we have to just see how with these connection, we are able to have a contact with the other nation through the sea route. I've made it clear, children, through the sea route. Now, we can have the topic like this, okay? That is India and the world. India and the world. Right? You'll have more clarity when I show you through the map. First, we'll have the descriptions. Later on, we'll go for the map, children. As I told you, India is in the Asian continent. Now, as far as Asia is concerned, India is in the southernmost part of Asia. India is in the southernmost part of Asia. Okay? Have I made it clear, children? This is the first thing which acts as a advantage for us. As India, sorry children, that is Asia. As India is said to be having the three sides water, we call it as a peninsular region. What happens? It stands as a central location between the Western Asia and the Eastern Asia. Now, when you just see the world map, you will get a conclusion. Towards the Western Asia, we do have the European countries and Africa, right? Towards the Eastern Asia, we do have the East Asian countries. Okay, now because of this sea route, as we are in the central position, this is to be noted, children. What is it? India is said to be centrally located. That is, India is in the central location. Okay, central location between whom and whom, children? Between the West Asia and East Asia. West Asia and East Asia. Have I made it clear, children? So it acts as an advantage to have a sea routes between the West Asia and the East Asia. Okay, the western side of Asia, we do have European countries, we have Africa. Okay, then in the eastern, here you have the Eastern Asian countries, that is East Asian countries, where you have Indonesia. All these countries are said to be the neighbors. I mean to say the neighbors of India as far as the sea route is concerned. I mean, with the sea route, we do have these as our neighbors. Not as a neighbor where we can have a direct contact to the land route as such. I think I've made it clear, children. So I told you at the starting juncture itself, India is said to be having, okay, long coastline. Have I made it clear? Long coastline, and mind it, no other country is having in the world. No other country is having it in the world. Right? Then, that is the reason we have to give this word, children. That is the reason why India is having an eminent position in the Indian Ocean. Okay, so it is having an eminent position in the Indian Ocean. In the Indian Ocean. Okay, but we have to keep one thing in our mind, children. That is, whatever the sea route was there, that or those sea routes have been started recently. But before that, we had land route, and land route played a very prominent role as far as our history is concerned, children. Okay. Now, in the olden days, we did have lots of people who came to our country, okay, for the trading purposes, like the Westerners, where it started from the Portuguese to the Britishers, where they just were there in our country for almost 3 centuries, right? So, what happened when the land route actually started? These people came to our country and they wanted to have a trade only through the land route. They were able to come to our country, children. That is, they were coming through the passes. It's not the train pass or whatever it is, through the land route where you have to have the mountain. Likewise, they did have the passes. They came through the passes to our country and they had the contact with our country. Like this, they started to have lots of commodities which they bought and which we gave. Okay, like you have the muslin, like then you had the spices. All these things played a very prominent role. Likewise, we started to follow their culture, and they started to have our own habit, and they also followed the same thing which our country used to do. So it is just give and take policies which we took, which they gave, right, children? And it is also that the Indian, where you have a prominent history, like where the Upanishads is there, where you have Ramayana and Mahabharata, which plays a very vital role as far as India is concerned. Because of this, the Indian country is said to be unique wherever we are. It is unique and it is absolutely incompatible with the other country, children. Absolutely, the culture which India is having, right? And the unity which India is inculcating with others, and we don't have any disparities from the day one. Might be here and there some problem, but we try to solve it. Okay, so with these cultures, India is said to be very much unique, and Indian Ocean is just playing a vital role as far as the central location is concerned, where we have the sea routes, where almost one-fourth of the country throughout the world we can just go and have contact or have a trading purposes through this sea route, children. Okay, I'll just elaborate it with the help of the map. Now, here we can see, children. Yes, this is the place where we can see the India over here in the middle of the position, children. Right? I'll just annotate it and I'll make it clear to you. Right? Okay. Yes. Mm, right. See, children. This is the Asian country, right? On the whole, we do have Asia. As far as the Asia is concerned, India is in the southernmost, okay, southern part of Asia. Now, as far as one section, I'll just clear it. So, now we are in the central position, okay, between the Western Asia and the Eastern Asia. Okay, have I made it clear, children? Have I made it clear? So, what happened between the Western and the Eastern Asia? We are in the centralmost position, and we do have the sea route from here to here, right? So, what happens from the southern part of India, that is from Mumbai, we can just go towards the Red Sea, see, through the sea route, and we can just move towards the African continent. We can move towards the European countries. So almost in the western parts of Asia, we are having a trade route where we are going through the sea. Likewise, when we go for the eastern side of India, we can say that as eastern side of Asia also, where we do have the contact with the other countries. See here, children, I can just put it to you like that. We can go for the Australia, right? Then we can just have it in Bangkok. Then here Myanmar. Then we have Philippines. And minded children, we can even go for Japan. Did you all get it? So, India's sea route plays a very vital role throughout the world. Throughout the world, India sea route plays a very vital role, children. Right? Then, what happens now? I told you when I was teaching you about the land route, where we have contributed lots of ideas and commodities. And specifically, I told you we do have the land route more prominent before the coming of this sea route, children. Okay, now what happens? I once say, yes. Now what happens? We can see the land route over here, right? So here, where you have the China Yuan Sang and Far Yen. So you used to come through the land routes through the passes. That is passes. So I told you passes usually what happens, it might be a mountain and they might be coming through the land base like this. Like this, you have lots of travelers coming to India and they just, I mean, there is an exchange of ideas where we can just say the ideas of Upanishads, Ramayana and Panchatantra. And not only that, Indian numerals and decimal system. It is not only with the culture or whatever it is, but even for the maths, we have just contributed lots of things to the world. So we have given decimal system, right? Numerals. So all these contributions are have been successful only through the land route, children. Okay. Then as far as the sculpture, that is the influence Greek sculpture and the architectural styles of dome and minarets from West Asia also can be seen in the different parts of the country. So have I made it clear, children? So I told you land route played very important role even before the sea route, and sea route, as we are in the central position of Asia, there is a good contact between the Western Asian countries and the Eastern Asian countries because of India, children. So not only Indian people are said to be very lenient towards the people or having the unity, but even the position of India plays a very vital role where we are making the people to have a good rapport through our sea route and where we had a good route through the land route, children. Thank you. Be safe. Take care, children. Tomorrow we'll meet in the other topic.